Hey everyone, a few days ago I was going through my YouTube videos and I realized that it's been 10 exact years that I posted my first cover on this channel here, and it was Eruption by Van Halen. Funny enough, 10 years after that, I posted a reimagined version playing this song. So I'm making this video to point out 10 things that I think were the most important for me to become from being a kid in my bedroom back in Brazil to being a professional guitar player in LA. But before I list the 10 things here, let's watch the 2012 version and the 2022 reimagined version back to back, and then I'll talk about the 10 things, alright? Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and also ring the bell. That's the most important thing, alright? So let's check it out. Well, so much has changed since the first video to the second one. I was not pretentious at all recording these videos. I was just documenting something I was doing, and later on it's really cool to see that I can go back and watch that on the same channel and just analyze what progress I made and how much I think I've come a long way as a guitar player. I think in just, you know, every day working on that and making that the main focus of my life. Now I'm gonna list 10 things that I think were crucial, so important for me to come from this point A to point B. And the purpose of the video is to share what I think are great tips, golden tips actually, from someone that has played guitar every single day in between these 10 years. I'm being as honest as I can, as honest as it gets. Let's start with number one, which is set yourself goals. If you are like me, a very goal-oriented person, I need a meaning and a tangible answer to why am I sitting down and what I'm gonna do when I pick up the guitar. That makes everything easy for me. And actually you don't need a lot of goals, as long as you have one focus at a time. This is the thing think that it's the most difficult thing on the internet, is to have the patience and the attention to focus on one thing at a time. So just set yourself a goal that it's realistic. For example, you're starting off, you want to learn a few chords like Get About a Girl by Nirvana or Patience by Guns N' Roses, and then you move on from that to a more riff-oriented songs where you're gonna play a more single notes, and then play a few lead lines that are, enjoyable to sing and enjoyable to play as well. And you start from tangible goals that you can set for yourself that you're not gonna get frustrated, and it's gonna be instant gratification in the moment that you're making music. Okay. Number 2 is make sure you practice every day for as long as you can. This tip was the golden tip for me. When I realized this, my results went through the roof. Why? Because guitar, especially rock guitar and metal guitar, everything's so technical, so it's all about the muscle memory, and you gotta constantly remind your brain and your muscle memory of what the next level you want to be as a guitar player. I always advise students to do 2 sessions a day, in between maybe 12 hours, in between one maybe in the morning 30 minutes and another 30 minutes at night or in the afternoon. Why is that? Because if you play 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour the next day in the morning, it's going to be 24 hours that you picked up the guitar for the last time. So the more often you can remind your muscles of what the next level of stamina and resistance you want to have, the better. Okay, so this is a golden tip for you. Practice every single day for as long as you can, and make sure you break it down in different sessions a day. All right. Number 3 is start by creating the habit. It's very important that you don't aim and don't go for 8-hour session of practice. You're not gonna make that, and if you do, you're probably gonna think that guitar sucks and practicing is the worst thing ever, and that's not it. So just follow my train of thought here. Practice is about focus and patience. You build those things over time. It's not overnight. So if you don't have the patience to sit down for 3 hours or 30 minutes or 1 hour, you're not gonna play for 8 hours. No way. So just set yourself a goal, number 1, of going for 30 minutes, 1 hour, then 1 hour and a half, 2 hours. Then you build it up little by little. That's, I think, one of the most important things for me. Number 4 is make sure you find a balance between passion and discipline, right? So when we're talking about music, passion is very important because it's a very human thing. It's a very vulnerable thing where you show your feelings and stuff. But not every day you're gonna love it, not every day you're gonna be there like, oh my God, playing guitar is the best thing ever. Sometimes you, in the name of discipline, you're gonna be there. You're gonna be there because you said you were going to do so. And that's gonna set you apart from all the other people that just play or practice whenever they are feeling like it. And you gotta do it every day because of the discipline. But it's very important as well that you're doing something that you have passion, something that you're passionate about and something that you see meaning in it, all right? And this is all related to number 5, which is seek inspiration from music you love. Don't only practice like exercises or scales, like make music. Just play songs you love, because this is gonna be your fuel to keep going and when you're gonna see meaning in what you're doing. So I always performed better when I was practicing stuff that I always listened to, Maiden, Ozzy, Guns N' Roses, because I listened, I was like, man, I want to play that. I want to be like that guy, And when you're doing something that you don't see meaning just because you think it's more difficult or harder or whatever, I always see people that take that path, they lose motivation really easily. Whether or not motivation is something that counts a lot. When you're feeling motivated and what you're doing is cool and you love what you're doing and the end goal is crystal clear, that's always better. Number 6, make sure you don't seek for other people's approval when it comes to your music taste. A lot of times people are gonna say that what you like is not the best, or maybe even if you're in a musician circle. For example, when I was in school back in MI, people would they would all study jazz and these crazy jazz standards, and I would play over that too, because I always think that the more stuff that you study, the better. But in the end of the day, it's all about what do you want to do, what do you want to be, and when you have that answer clear in your head, that makes things a lot easier because you focus on what really matters, on what makes you happy. In the end of the day, you play to be happy, or at least happier. So don't seek for other people's approval. Whatever you like is right. If you love it, it's right. Don't be ashamed of it. Number 7 is make sure you're taking lessons. Take private lessons. Have a teacher that you're meeting up every week, or even through Skype or in person. I've always had teachers that maybe not walk in circles or waste time doing stuff that was wrong technically, or that it didn't really make sense, you know what I mean? I was so fortunate to have amazing teachers throughout my life. Some of them I'm still in touch to this day. And I think this item is probably the most important. Don't be afraid of spending money or investing in your education. Those people that are the guitar players that you want to be, they know the path to get there. So make sure you're in touch with them. Online courses and everything, they're all great, but the more customized you can get, the better. Number 8, focus on making music. Throughout my life, I met so many players that they did have a proficiency, they had a okay technique, but they all they want to do is playing exercise or scales up and down. And when I ask, hey man, let's jam, play me a riff, I don't know any songs. It's like they don't have any repertoire. So make sure you really learn songs, you make music, you sit down not to play a bunch of notes, you're really making music, playing songs. When you get together with your friends, you have songs that you know, they know in common, and then you play together. Music's about that. It's about sharing and giving as well. Not only, you know, play scales or just noodle. So yeah, that's a great tip. Focus on making music. That's gonna make you happier, I'm sure. Number 9 is record or film yourself playing. First off, I'm not, don't assume that I'm advising you to post that, okay? I've always recorded myself playing because that was a way of me just documenting what I was doing, and then a year after that or a few months I would go back, listen to it, and just compare if I got better, what am I getting better at. That's really important to have a point of reference. In a video like this, it comes full circle because I'm only doing this because I filmed myself 10 years ago and I filmed myself in 2022, so there you go. Number 10 and last item is make sure you study improvisation. And when I say that, I'm not only talking about lead guitar playing. Improvisation is not only about playing licks over chords, it's about ideas, it has a lot to do with songwriting too. When you're a good improviser, it means that you have freedom to do whatever your brain thinks and your hands can execute. So you're basically building the bridge between brain and muscle memory in your hands, right? You have an idea and you just bring it to life through the guitar. So improvising is gonna help a lot on that. And also learning theory and just getting a better understanding of what the fretboard means, not only by numbers or, you know, just seeing the dots on the fretboard. The clearest your vision is of the fretboard, the better and the more freedom you're gonna have as well. So that wraps up my top 10 of things that I think helped me come from an amateur guitarist kid to a guy living in Los Angeles, a professional guitar player. And if you've been in my channel for a long time, I appreciate you being here. That's really cool of you guys to, you know, support what I do. I work hard on this. It's, you know, it's a lot of work to have a YouTube channel, and every video that I put out, I really put my heart and soul into it. So if you like what I do, you know, like the video. I'm kidding. Yeah, but that helps a lot too. All right, guys, thank you so much. And yeah, I'll see you soon.